Okay, looks like we're recording. Welcome, sports writing and reporting class. I'm Dr. Downing, and we'll be spending the spring semester together looking at, and looking at the sports world and producing material related to it. So let me dive in, share my screen, and here we go. So we're looking at the D2L page right now, and the aim of this video is to take you through the D2L page and then cover the syllabus. So it's the introductory stuff. And, I find that the videos really help. It helps me in the classroom so that I can show the video and actually get into dialogue with myself on the screen and pause the video at certain points and not have things slip my mind, as I'm teaching those sorts of things. And it also allows students who, like especially during the first week class, it's drop add. So we've got students who um, may have missed a class or two and they need to catch up. So that's the purpose of this. So here we are, D2L, sports writing and reporting. You are going to essentially need the front page here, which is what we're looking at, and content and assessments in terms of grades. You'll want to keep your eye on the grades as the semester progresses. I usually don't use any of the resources here specifically. I'm heavy on content. But let's take a look on the front page right now. So there's a welcome, sort of placeholder saying, hello, everyone. Looking forward to a great semester. And then I've got some links here that I've added as I was combing through my notes, and I just grabbed them and threw them up there. So we will get to those. So let's go to content. You will see on the content page that there are 104 items. Now, don't panic. The reason for this is because, like, typically there's one syllabus. There's one set of notes for the four agreements, as you can see on the side. And even the communication models, there's four of them, but they're more or less the same. So what starts to happen here is, there's 20 assignments. Most of them are relatively short, you will see. And then I have models, and that starts to, explode the number here. And I like to just not have like one model for a sports story or a news story. I like to have multiple, right? So all of that. So I'm going to skip past the syllabus right now and then come back to it and end with that. But let's start with faculty information. So if you go here, if you're wondering what my office hours are, it's right here. Monday and Wednesday, and then Tuesday, there's a chunk of time. And I need to change that to 318. So let's do that now. Edit the HTML. I must have copied that inadvertently. So this is 318. Thereabouts. Back to the contents. That's faculty information. I'll come back to the syllabus. For agreements, we will get to as the semester unfolds. Same with the communication models. There is a journalism handbook here. And I thought I had. I'm converting another video. I thought I had my publishing handbook up here. It looks like I need to add that. I will do that. But here's the journalism handbook. This is something written by me, but I've been working on it for a long time, probably 15 years, little by little by little, putting it together. So I'm not going to look at this right now. In fact, there should be separate videos related to this. Yeah, if you go to videos, training videos, there should be right here, handbook part 1, 8 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. That's your handbook. You can also look at the print version, which is essentially a PDF, which is actually a PDF. That's a journalism handbook. Beyond that, you've got a Google folder. Now I'm going to do this and go to this Google link, and you will see that for this class, sports writing and reporting is right here. So you are going to create a folder for yourself, and you can put everything that we're doing in class into that folder as we go. This is our sandbox, and it allows me to look at all of the assignments at once, essentially, and then provide global feedback. And you get to look to see what other people are doing. So what I find is that it raises the quality of the assignments, and then it also aligns everybody in the class more or less. So I get real consistent results using this, and yeah, and things come in on time and all of that. It works really well. I've been doing this for about 2 years now. So that's the Google folder. If you're wondering where the link is, it's under content on D2L. Okay, assignments then here. Let me spin through this quickly. So taking a class with me, and if you've had me before, you've heard me say this, I tend to teach my classes like a video game where, you go over here and you look under this little in this can or under this bucket or something like that. And you find something, you take it to the wizard and you get the points. So that's what you do in my class. I want a question about the class, I give you points. I want a writing sample, you get points. Interviews, you're going to interview your partner, a partner in the class, you get points. On we go, right? I want a Google Calendar or some kind of calendar for you. You get points. Now, these things are not huge, but step by step by step, we're getting stuff done. And then by the end of the semester, you should have a lot of stuff done. That's the idea. It goes on from there. I'm going to ask for a resume, a LinkedIn account, an automated signature on Outlook, actually an autograph from you. And I've been doing this in my classes for a long time, and I've decided to bring it back. You're going to investigate a journalist. No, I don't. I think that this got accidentally copied over, so I need to get rid of this. Right. Yep. I will do that. I copied this over from a previous version of D2L, previous class. I taught it last spring. So that's what you're seeing here, some of it. Like obituary and hard news. That's weird. Weird, weird, weird. Okay, good for me to look at this stuff though. I will fix all of that and then am I in the right class here? Yeah, sports writing and reporting. So it looks like all that stuff got pushed. Yeah, I'll take care of those and replace them. Okay, so that chunk in the middle, what is it that accidentally got copied over from this and hard news and profiles in sports? That is weirdness from journalism. But you will do a video presentation at the end of the class, and we'll talk more about that momentarily. Training videos are here. I do have the journalism handbook there. That is intentional for my journalism class because there are beneficial things there. I also have a publishing manual here that we can look at, and then some fun things, other online videos. So how to upload a video when you create your Zoom video at the end. Journalism slideshows, that's intentional. Models and exercises. Yeah, so you can see how like it's tricky when I copy a course over because it gets really complicated, and sometimes I miss things and too much comes over, and then I have to go through and weed that out. So I will do that and make sure the correct stuff is there. But let's check the syllabus. Syllabus should be right. I'm just going to download it. Okay, Dr. Downing, sports writing syllabus. Yes, sports writing syllabus. Yes, yes, yes. Sports writing and reporting provide students with the tools to write and report legitimate sports stories worthy of publication. So, one of the emphases here will be we're going to work through models and how to, and you'll submit assignments in class, but I'm also encouraging you to write for the Keystone. You can do profiles, you can do straight lead sports stories. We'll talk about that. I would encourage you to do that. Reading materials then will be through Desire to Learn and access to Zoom and a Google account, a OneDrive account, so that we can save as we go. And the course rationale is the growth of the sports reporting industry is huge. And, we have many professional writing majors who come through and they move into the world of sports writing. Actually, somebody was in this class. He is now the assistant sports information director at Lehigh University. He was in this class about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And he was so enthusiastic about sports and taking this class and all of that. Boom, he's out there doing it. There was another student, Billy. He was doing similar. I lose track of students over the years, but the last I knew, Billy was writing about sports. Okay, so we will do these things, and this is the information I need to get onto D2L. You'll write a straight game story, a feature story, a sports profile, and then a preview wrap up. I have assignments. I can give you notes, and we can do these things in class. Or again, if you want to pursue a relationship with the Keystone and write a series of articles, then that will more or less exempt you. We'll negotiate that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be flexible with the class. So if you come to class and you're not interested in writing for the Keystone, I'm going to say, here's the assignment. Please complete it. We'll take a look at it, make the revisions, get it submitted, on to the next thing. But if you're saying, I would like to use this class to build my resume, then you can have a conversation with me. And rather than doing maybe this first assignment, maybe you don't want to do a straight game story or there's no opportunities, Maybe you're going to do profile of an athlete. So there's some interchangeable things. I'll be looking for the same number of assignments and adequate length, but we can talk about all that. Participate in class discussions. You'll write a series of responses. You'll hit the deadlines. We will do some image work with taking pictures. You'll do a video presentation at the end through Zoom. And then again, collaborate with Keystone Sports Editor if desired to produce content for the newspaper. You'll consult a variety of sources and attend class regularly. Okay. And then please notice here this attendance policy. So grade limits based on unexcused absences. If you miss 4 classes unexcused, your final grade will be no higher than a B, even if you have all the points in. 5 unexcused absences, final grade no higher than a C. 6 unexcused, final grade no higher than D. 7, you can't pass the class. I mean, if you've missed 7 classes and there's no excuses for any of them, it's just not showing up. I have lots of empathy, but also I have empathy for myself. This is part of the process too. So what this is designed to do is, again, if you have an excuse, talk to me. But if you don't, and you just happen to miss a bunch of class, and this happens with students, and they come in at the end waving a bunch of papers, digital papers. Here's all my stuff, Dr. Downing. Thanks. Figure it out. And I'm like, you missed all these classes, and now you're just. So, what do I do? Just go through and fail everything, put a big F on everything? It's a messed up thing. So just know that this is the policy. Grading scale is there. Late submissions, journalism courses are deadline driven. Late submissions will result in a 50% penalty. So again, if there's no excuse, and then you're throwing a bunch of stuff at me at the end of the class, it's all going to be 50%, and then the grade cap, and then there's the grade at the end. And a big part of this, okay, I think it's important for me to explain this. When multiple students miss multiple classes, it weighs down the class. Because rather than me being able to come in and push everything forward, okay, let's get all the assignments in, let's do the peer review, let's do all those things. What happens is there's a percentage of the class that's not there. And I know in that moment that I'm going to go back to my computer and there's going to be 5 or 6 emails, class after class. What did I miss? And so I'm supposed to explain like 5 or 6 times individually what we just did for an hour and a half. You see how that becomes impossible? I mean, that's instantly impossible. And the assumption that you can miss an hour and a half of class, or 2 classes during the week, is 3 hours. 4 is 6 hours of class. Right now, I've been talking for 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm hoping that you've gotten a huge download of information related to this class. So you see what I'm saying? So missing 6 hours is how many times this 20 minutes, right? The math goes crazy. All right, that's my policy there. Keystone newspaper, always looking for new members. If you're interested in participating, you can talk to the editor-in-chief. You can talk to me. We'll talk more about it going forward. And extra credit will be awarded for material published by the Keystone. So we can have an ongoing conversation there. Some combination of things, like I know I said you could replace assignments. We'll see how all that hangs together. Maybe you're going to decide to actually submit the assignments in class that we do, and then go for the extra credit. I just want you to write and revise and learn. I mean, that's what I'm driving at here. Extra credit, talk to me. There's also a superstar option, and I guess I'm being redundant now. If you want to pursue a whole semester with Keystone, you can do that, and we'll negotiate it. Writing assignments will be on D2L. Reading assignments will be on D2L. These will unfold as the semester goes. University Writing Center is upstairs in the library, and what I say to everybody is get another set of eyes on your writing. Plagiarism, please don't. I've had it done. I've had music reviews. Student didn't do the work, and then like the night before, copied and pasted a Rolling Stone music review. We put his name on it and submitted it. And I'm reading this like, boy, this sounds like a professional reviewer, right? And so I Google it, and there it is. And then I call the student in, and we've got the article and what has been lifted and all that. And then it's a whole thing. Then I need to report it to the department chair, and it goes to the provost, and there's all of this stuff. You can fail the assignment, you can fail the course, you can be temporarily suspended from the university or permanently dismissed. Please don't come to class. Let's do the work. None of this writing in journalism should be onerous. I'm not asking for 20,000 words on various topics with 25 sources. No. Manage your time wisely then. Regular participation is expected. This is what I'm talking about. If you have an accommodation, please let me know. I've already been receiving the emails related to that. Title IX Clery Act mandated reportage. What this means is, like, if a student discloses incidents in class or to me during office hours, incidents related to sexual assault, harassment, dating violence, domestic violence, I am compelled legally by the federal government to report this to Jesus Pena, Vice President for Equity and Compliance here at Kutztown. So I cannot guarantee confidentiality. I would say that, if you really need to disclose, there are counselors on campus. This has only happened to me like once. A couple of years ago, a student started to talk about things in her life and it started to come out. I was like, well, I have to tell you that I am compelled. And she said, I don't care. I want to speak on this. And so it happened. And then I sent an email and they reached out to her and it was all okay. It was all good, but just letting you know. COVID, I'm going to be wearing a mask. I find that when I wear a mask, I'm good, knock on wood. When I don't, and when I let down my guard, I get sick. Syllabus is subject to modification. What this means essentially is that we may run out of time, and I've just highlighted I will never add anything. Typically what this means, syllabus subject to modification, is that we simply run out of time. I'll come into class and I'll be like, I don't think we can get to this assignment. Is it okay if we just drop it? And everybody's like, yes. And then I just drop the points out and we move forward like that. Instructional resources then are here. And at the end then is the timeline. So sorry it spills onto a second page. It was kind of tricky when I paste the chart in and start manipulating it. I do my best to get it tight as possible. But you could print this and have how many classes? I got 27. And there's weirdness here too. 26, 27, 28, and then it says 27, 28. Oh, it looks like I'll need to look at this again. So there are some adjustments that need to be made. What can happen, right, is I start to get tired after a long day of doing this kind of thing. So I miss things. Part of the reason I do the videos is to catch these kinds of things. So what are we doing here? You'll see that each of the classes has points attached to it because we're doing in-class activities. So you don't want to miss class 3, for example, because you'll miss out on those points. And on we go. Now, if you do miss class and you have an excuse, I'll give you like a week to get this stuff in. But not this ongoing stuff. Are you in the class? I don't know. The grades are just, after a week, they're going to click shut unless you're hospitalized. And, I'm not trying to be mean, but unless there are things that are so big that would require that you miss several weeks of class, I'll work with you on that. But right, there are limits. Okay, starting to run out of gas here. You'll see that the class 19 and 20, I've got Moneyball scheduled here, and there are points attached to that. So that's something to look forward to. And then you see drafts are due. Again, I'm not going to read this all to you, but I would, if I would take this as my first assignment. Stop that. All right, I know that I need to look at D2L and I need to take another look at the timeline. Something weird's going on with that. But your first assignment would be to open the course syllabus and look at the timeline and see if there are any questions then, and then let me know. So that covers it. That covers D2L, and that covers the course syllabus, and on we go. Thanks.